Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center. Perhaps welcome home means come to the place where you are encouraged to express and experience your original self from your origin without being touched by any system or mores, and the safety of total acceptance of your majestic being, and where there are no rules, no laws, and where everything works every time. That is probably the definition of the Advancement Center, where we provide that for each other and for everyone who approaches this sanctuary by foot, by car, or by the airwaves via the web broadcasts 3 times a week. And I'm so happy to be here. The feeling of welcome dispels everything else. Total acceptance of your whole being, where that which has been layered over for years is celebrated at each stage of revealment. Accept our welcome, and you immediately become more than a guest. You become family. Do you know what that means? To be able to say and have you accept? This has been my ever-present desire since childhood. Many of you heard about how I used to put myself to sleep every night by imagining that I found a little boy crying and sitting at the curb in front of my house, and I was able to welcome him and take care of him and give him a good supper and a place to sleep. That's who I am. And it's so good to be able to express it. Yeah, to welcome each and every one I meet, to feel at home and cared for, is the sostenuto, or the sustained baseline of my music. My best friend, always. Since childhood, music has always opened the great doors for me into the magic world, where I saw colors, scenes, and I can remember stories I visualized as the music played. So much so that it was hard for me to turn it off when I was called to dinner. That's so vivid. That's not a memory. That's more of what I know is what I am. And that's kind of fun to keep discovering. I lived in the world of music. Now, can you imagine my heart when Robert, the first day I arrived in Australia to live, told me that I was present in the Great Hall when all music was being composed? Wow. I didn't know what to do with that. I just let it wash over me, and I've never forgotten that. So every time David refers to the Great Hall, it's so true and so clear and so wonderful. We keep letting the past go, and there is so much past. However, as I prepare to welcome you, some treasures stand the test of time and remain shining in this heart. Music has always been my passport, My parents accepted a business opportunity in Cleveland, Ohio, and relocated us away from the music capital of the world, New York. Okay, where I attended many, many concerts because I was lucky to have an uncle who conducted the NBC Symphony. Well, I moved to Cleveland, and as a girl from New York, I attended high school as an outsider. I tried out for the choir, and I shall never forget having to learn Amite Spiritum Tuum in Latin, of course. My mother, a fine pianist, coached me the night before my audition. That was 70 years ago, saying, "Let God sing through you." The next day, I sang for George Strickling, and I didn't get in the way. So I became a member of the choir and was lucky because we were invited by UNESCO to represent the youth of America on an amazing European tour, a concert tour. We sang concerts in 10 countries in 7 or 8 weeks. And the picture I'm holding right now is the meeting of my Dutch mother, Elizabeth Farna. We stayed in people's homes in many cities where we were matched with students our age. I stood in a school gymnasium in The Hague, and a 17-year-old girl, Mian, said, "Hello," and she took me to her home on a streetcar. We walked down Meloenstraat, a long street of attached homes. Halfway down the street, I saw a woman standing in front of 131 with her arms outstretched to welcome me home. I went right into her embrace and stayed there. We visited for hours as she rolled her cigarettes, a leftover from the war. I heard stories of how she and her husband had rescued many during the war in their false bottom of their cheese boat. We rode bicycles for long distances, and I felt cherished. Elizabeth's husband spoke not one word of English, but his hand on my hand on the table as we ate spoke volumes of love and welcome. Of course, they attended our concert in the concert house and sat in the front row beaming. Now, Elizabeth even invited me to spend the next year living with them, learning Dutch, playing in their piano quartet, and beginning college just a year later. I didn't. The next time I saw Elizabeth, I was her age when we met, and she insisted on having us stay in their master bedroom. The last time I saw Elizabeth was when she traveled to the US for a wedding of a relative. She stayed with me and my children and said that she came to be my children's Dutch grandmother, and and then asked me for my broom so she could sweep the front steps and bake us a Dutch apple pie. Can you imagine my joy of taking Elizabeth to the Statue of Liberty, where she climbed all the way up to the crown? Elizabeth said, "Barbara, you must never tell your mother that I am your Dutch mother." And I didn't. My outstretched arms are always at the front door to welcome you home. And that was the invitation to each and every one of you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming to that magic time so that we can really feel that magic and miracles have been with us all the time. And now we're recognizing it. I know each and every one of you have had moments of pure joy. And that's why we're here, to celebrate you, to celebrate those amazing, magical times, and to hold that. I see you. I see you all in the Great Hall because you belong there. I hear so many of you sending messages to me. Three times a week. I share this chair with David on Wednesday and Genya on Friday. And one of the joys I've always had every Sunday is to allow myself to express the joy of hearing David's words again. So now I'm going to look for one. One moment. The greatest compliment I can give to David is that his words do not break the silence. And that's why I feel I would love to read what he wrote. A sound. A sound comes in. And through that sound, time ceases to exist. Life is still and moving at the same time. The sound is coming from the wellspring of creation that resides in you. And it allows you to feel everything through the lens of perfection and harmony. For that moment, you are standing outside of yourself and watching as your creation moves around you. Without judgment or attachment, but with complete amazement of how everything is flowing just as you designed it so. This sound is in you and all around you, and it calls out to you to remind you of who you are. This sound is taking you home, back to yourself. This sound does not speak to your mind. It does not distract you and cause you to think about things you have to do or places you have to be. Instead, it speaks to your heart and the essence of who you are. It stops all thoughts. From that place, you are free and recognize yourself as creator, not as one doing, but as one being. When we finally pull back the curtain of doing this is what will remain. Wait a minute, let me do that again. When we finally pull back the curtain of doing this is what will remain, for this is who we truly are. Your natural vibration is the sound of creation. Mm. And there's another one. And I can't resist. You may have seen it on Facebook. And when you see something that is written by David, I recommend that you copy it or just expand it and read it out loud to yourself, because that's who he's writing it for each and every one of us. And they're so filled with love. And this is you too, because you're bringing the vibration of the new world. And he's telling us that it is here. Take a minute and feel the movement within your own body. You are vibrating to your own music and the music of the universe. A frequency that is playing a symphony that can be danced to, sung to, or simply just heard and felt. This new vibration that has arrived is full of all the frequencies that resonate with every origin and with all the beauty and gifts that are here on planet Earth. There is a feeling that comes with this vibration. The body can only go into a relaxed condition where there is no tension and the melody is very subtle. And you might begin to encounter a giddy feeling, much like you do as a child. The vibration is dancing with you. It brings with it the sensuality of creation, and your lover is the universe. Your vibration is written on the musical staff alongside the vibration of Creator. And many of the notes are shared, and the harmonies are always perfect as you play your instrument in the universal symphony for all to hear. Now you will hear and feel this vibration in everything. The trees, the birds, the wind, the water, and the mountains. You can feel it calling to your vibration that you brought with you. And you can feel it releasing any discordant vibrations that have attached to your field while being in the lower densities of this physical dimension. Once you feel it, you will have the blueprint of the essence of the universe and the essence of your being. This will make it clear which vibrations are not you, and you can let go of all those energies that would try and attach to your field. This vibration is a living, breathing life force that is in harmony with all our unique vibrations from our origin, and it will speak to you. When you feel it, you can only feel harmony and joy as you are playing a duet with the Creator. For just as the vibration of the Creator brings only light, harmony, and joy, so does the true vibration of you. You are part of the whole, and therefore your unique vibration is a part of the vibration of Creator. So when people are feeling the vibration of the Creator, they are also feeling you. This vibration is being released and delivered to us at this time in the establishment of the new world. A new yet familiar feeling will begin to be experienced a new level of communication through the vibratory field that is riding on the plasma energy of the universe, a magical feeling of telepathy that will now be felt and experienced in the textured world of the physical. The flow through the sparkles that make up your body will be felt in the visual, sensual, and audible sensations like never before. All the barriers to this flow are being removed, and we will experience connection and union that is beyond anything that we could have ever imagined. Once again, take a minute and feel the movement within your body. You are vibrating to your own music and to the music of the universe. A beautiful sound. Thank you, David. Thank you for sharing this silence, which is filled with the vibration of us all. Thank you. And we here at the Advancement Center are wishing you right now perfect life, perfect health, and a very magical future. Thank you.